Yeah. Pronouns. What is a pronouns? A pronoun is defined as a word or phrase that is used as a substitution for a noun or noun phrase. Pronouns are short words and can do everything that noun can do and are one of the building blocks of a sentence. Commonly used pronouns are he, she, you, me, I, we, us, this, them, that. A pronoun can act as a subject, direct object, indirect object, object of the preposition, and more, and takes the place of any person, place, animal, or thing. So, coffee becomes it, Ali, a boy becomes she, Sarah will become Sarah, any girl, any lady, it will become he, and the team will become they, and the people will become they. And if there is a sentence, Ali takes a cup of black coffee. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Pronoun. So, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a pronoun is defined as a word or phrase that is used as a substitution for a noun or pronoun. For a noun phrase, pronouns are short words and can do everything that nouns can do and are one of the building blocks of a sentence. Common pronouns are he, she, you, me, I, we, us, this, them, that. A pronoun can act as a subject, direct object, indirect object, object of the preposition, and more, and takes the place of any person, place, animal, or thing. So, coffee becomes it, Ali, why become he, Sarah, girl, any lady, it will become she, a team becomes they. प्रोनाउन नाउन की जगह इस्तेमाल होएगा और जैसे आपको बताया कि अगर कॉफ़ी है कोई भी चीज़ है उसके लिए हम इट यूज़ करेंगे अब वाइफ देयर इज एन एग्जांपल Ali takes a cup of coffee every afternoon. This is the one sentence. We underline the word Ali and coffee, and in the second sentence, he likes to have it before dinner. Here we use he in place of the Ali and it in place of the coffee. So it avoids the repetition. It saves us from use of the alliteration. It saves us from the use of the boring sentences. For example, when you are writing an essay about any personality of like Qaid Azam, Allama Iqbal, my father, my parents, my mother, my best teacher, my best friend, any. So, in the first sentence, you will write about the name of the person, and then in the other sentences, you will use pronoun in place of that person name. For example, for a male, you will use he. For a female, you will use she. It gives writing a polished form. Uh, it is very necessary to avoid the alliteration, to avoid the repetition of the words. So, pronouns are in fact important for building a sentence. So, on the book, page number 48, underline the pronouns. In the first sentence, birds build their nests in the trees. Here, the pronoun is there, so underline the pronoun there. There is used in place of the birds. In the second sentence, Shahid has lost his watch and cannot find it. Here, underline the word his and find. His and it. His is used in place of the Shahid, and it is used in place of the watch. Sentence number 3, the horse fell down and broke its leg. Here, its is used for the horse, so underline the word its. In sentence 4, Rabia, you are a lazy girl. Here, you is used as a pronoun in place of the Rabia. In the sentence number 5, Aslam brought his book and laid it on the desk. Here, we use his in place of the Aslam and it in place of the book. So underline the pronouns his and it. The D part on the page number 49. Make questions of the following sentences. So we have to make the questions of these sentences. All these sentences are in the present continuous tense. So what do you know about the present continuous tense? Will anyone tell me about the use and structure of this sentence when we use? Can anyone of you can? So I want to unmute any of you to tell me about the definition of the present continuous tense. Present continuous. We say that present continuous tense tells us about something happening right now or express something that is not happening right now. In fact, present continuous is a tense we use. It refers the present tense, present time. As we know that in the English language, there are three types of we have three types of times: present time, past time, and future time. So present continuous tense refers the present time, and continuous means going on, continue. So in this sentence, we talk about the sentences, we talk about the things and the incidents which are going to happen or which are happening, which are continue at the time of the speaking. When we are speaking about the incident, at the same time the incidents are going on. For example, when I say that it is raining outside, bahar barish ho rahi hai, it is raining outside. It means the happening is continue at the time of speaking. मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ. I am teaching to you. मैं तुम्हें पढ़ा रही हूँ. You are listening to me. तुम मुझे सुन रहे हो. All these sentences tells us about the use of the present continuous tense. So here is the some other uses of the present continuous tense. The unfinished action now. They also tells us about the actions which are not finished. I am working at the moment. अभी मैं काम कर रहा हूँ. It means here we use I am working now. I am working at the moment. Temporary situations. I am living in London. लंदन में रह रहा हूँ. It also represents the temporary situations. It means it doesn't tell about the time. At the moment, for a few weeks, for a couple of months, and temporary habits is eating a lot these days. Use with at the moment these days. Annoying habits. You are forever losing your key. And definite future plans. Sometimes we talk about our future, that I am meeting my father tomorrow. I am going to Lahore tomorrow. So this tells us about our future plans. We will use later, tomorrow. I will talk to you later. I am talking. Now this is the present continuous tense. Now this is the structure of the present continuous tense. For the here plus sign is for the positive sentences, minus sign is for the negative sentences, and interrogative sign is for the question sentences. In the positive sentences, first of all, we will use the subject. Then there will be helping verb. The helping verb used in the present continuous tenses are is, are, am. Then there will be first form of the verb and then ing plus object. And in the negative sentences, we will use helping verb. We will use not after the helping verb. And in the interrogative questions, is, are, am helping verb will be in the start, then there will be subject, then verb, then ing, and then object. Here are some examples. He is standing. He represents the subject is helping verb, and standing is first form of the verb with ing. He is not standing in the negative sense. Here not is used after the is, and in the interrogative is in the start, then there is he standing. This structure can easily tell you about the right making of the correct making of the present continuous tense. You are watching the movie. Here, if you are not watching the movie, then we will write are not after are. And are you watching the movie? This is the question sentence. Present continuous tense can also be used to show that something will or will not happen in the near future. For examples, she is not going to the game tonight. He is meeting his friend after school. This tells us about our future plans. And the present continuous tense can be used for actions that are still happening at the time of the speaking. Examples of the use includes Mark is making pizza now. He is making pizza now. Chef is making pizza now. They are eating lunch right now. Are you going? So these are the examples of the question sentences. So come to the book on the page number 49 and convert these sentences into interrogative forms. He is running in the playground. Is he running in the playground? Then there will also be a question mark at the end of the sentence. They are sitting in the examination hall. Are they sitting in the examination hall? He is watching television. Is he watching television? She is writing a letter to her uncle. Is he writing? Is she writing a letter to uncle? They are going to market for shopping. Are they going to market for shopping? Here I also make notes for you. Okay. Yes. Now, then there is E part. Separate regular and you separate regular and irregular verbs from the given list and put them in relevant column. So what are the regular and irregular verbs? Here is the regular and irregular verbs. As you know that work is an action. Any work you do, you can do, you are doing. It is a verb. So verb represents your action. And if we talk about the regular and irregular verbs, then regular verbs are those which form their past and past participle form by ed. So when we convert the regular verbs, regular verbs are those verbs when we change their forms, change them into past, then we add ed after the verb. For example, if there is a verb walk, chalna, chalta hai, then its second form and third form will be walked, walked. If there is a word dance, its second form will be danced, danced. Paint, painted, painted. Work, worked, worked. So all these words add only ed in the second and in the third word. These represent the regular verbs. So regular verbs are those verbs whose second and third forms only get the addition of the ed. And if we talk about the irregular verbs form their past tense in different ways. There are three types of irregular verbs. Some irregular verbs have all the three forms same. Put, cut. So first form of put. So in the first, second, third forms, the put have the same spelling. Cut have the same spelling. But there are some other verbs. For example, sit. This type have second and third forms spelling change. Verbs in which two of the three forms are the same. Here only two forms are the same. Sit and the second form the sit is sad, third is also sad. So second and third forms are the same. This is also a regular verb because it doesn't have ed. only spelling change. And in the third form, there is drink, drank, drunk. Second, all the three forms are the different. Drink also have the different spelling, drank also is different, and drunk also has the different spellings. So, uh, we write these words in the relevant columns. Uh, in the column the regular verbs, we will write about the words attain, because attain go get ed in the second and the third form. Help, it also get ed in the second and the third form. Play, it also get ed in the second and the third form. Invite, it also get d in the second and the third form. So attain, help, play, invite, it will be in the regular verbs column. These four words have you written? Yes. Now come to the irregular verbs. These are the buy, cut, keep, take. So buy, here you can see it. Yes. Buy, attain, help, cut, play, keep. Buy. Second form, buy is the irregular verb because it doesn't get ed or d in the second or the third form. Spelling are totally changed. Buy, bought, bought, cut, keep, kept, take, took, taken. Now we talk about the punctuation. So what is a punctuation? And we will talk about the linking verbs. Punctuation. Punctuation. Um, Punctuation is in fact the use of the commas, full stops, the capital letters for the proper nouns, and the exclamation marks. The marks such as full stop, comma, brackets used in writing separate sentences and elements and to clarify meanings. We use punctuation. We use punctuation mark. Punctuation. What is a punctuation? Punctuation are those marks such as full stop, comma, brackets. We use them, and sometimes capital letters, exclamation marks. We use them in writing to separate the sentences, to tell clearly about their meaning and about their elements. So, this question number 5. F, punctuate the following sentences. Here, the one, alas, we have lost the match. Alas, always when you start a sentence, the first letter of a sentence always will be in capital letter. So, cut this small a and write capital A in place of the alas. Here I have done all this for you. Yes. Okay. Alas. Alas. Linking verbs. So, what are the linking verbs? Here is the definition of the linking verbs for you. So, you can understand very well if you can see also the written definition in front of you. Linking verbs. A linking verb connects the subject with a word that gives information about the subject, such as a condition or relationship. In fact, linking work connects the subject with the object.